Hi guys, it's been a while since I've been on. I don't have a lot of news on my situation. I've been sending out my resume and applying at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of jobs over the past 2 to 3 years. And I either only get offered a job that pays like 10 or 11 bucks an hour and it's part-time only, no benefits. Of course, I don't want to take those jobs because, in order to change my situation, I need full-time work. And in today's economy, with what the rents are, and you have to prove that you make 3 times what your rent is, I have to have a job that's in the low 20s, 40 hours a week with benefits. And because I don't have a degree in a trade, I'm not being offered, any of these positions. So I'm still stuck, and I am in therapy. I'm still married to a narcissist. We are in marriage therapy. We just started like a week or two ago. The statistics say that marriage therapy does not help your marriage with a narcissist. They end up, learning the therapy lingo, and they end up incorporating it in order to manipulate you and take advantage of you even more. But I'm so desperate. I've tried everything. I'm not going to go into great detail because it's personal, but he plays a lot of mind games, and I'm not that great at mind games because I don't play games with people. I am who I am. I'm very honest. I'm very open. I'm transparent. I don't know how to be. I'm very empathetic. I forgive easily when maybe I should not, but I do. And I really do love him. I guess I can say I fell in love with the person that he portrayed he was for years and years and years when he was around me, when he came home. That's who I fell madly in love with. But who he's shown me he is over the past basically 9 to 10 years, and it's gotten worse with every year. The treatment, the silent treatments, the manipulation, the gaslighting, the triangulating, the isolating, stonewalling, trying to condition me to never talk to him about my feelings, my needs, when he hurts me, when he says or does something that hurts. He's trying to condition me mentally through manipulation and coercion to shrink myself down to nothing. And who can live like that? I can't. I also can't really be devoted of working like I've always done throughout the 30 years. I'm the one that's always held us together or brought him back because he emotionally detaches and he's cold, heartless with me. And I can't really be in it full-fledged when I'm constantly being threatened when I talk to him about my needs not being met, and you know what I mean, that I want reciprocation. I don't want it to be a one-sided relationship where it's siding to him, not me, at all. That I want it more equal and reciprocation. And when I do that, or I tell him something he did or said that hurt me, he starts raging, yelling, interrupting me, won't let me talk, and then he threatens divorce. So he's weaponizing divorce because he knows I don't have family, I don't have friends, I can't find employment, and I'm stuck, and he knows that. And he uses it to his advantage, full advantage. His family totally are bullying, isolating me because I had to call the police last April for the first time in 30 years. for domestic violence. And I did try to go to them and keep it, within the family, and they told me I was burdening them, that I'm stressing them out. So I stopped going to them. And last April of 24, that particular time was so bad, and he just kept coming back, not just doing one abusive thing and stopping for the night. He just kept going, and I knew, I had to call the police. And I'm being punished for that. His father passed away toward the end of last year and left him a trust and wrote in the trust that if he dies before me, I'm not to get any of the money. It gets donated, or half of it gets given to my son. So I'm being punished by his narcissistic cult family for having to protect myself, which they didn't want to be bothered to do. And now I'm being abused and harassed and bullied by his family after I've already been put through abuse from my husband. They don't hold him accountable. They just blame me. I'm the problem because they don't want the outside world to see who this family, these people, who they really are. Just how bad of people they really are. And so I get blamed so that the mask doesn't fall and the world doesn't see who they really are. It's sick. My husband has turned my adult children against me, and they know he's abusive. They know he's an alcoholic. They still are his flying monkeys. They wrote me off, and they're his flying monkeys. So, you can only imagine what he must have either propositioned them with or what he must have told them and lied to them about. But my situation still isn't any different as of now. I'm still trying to figure out options. But I just wanted to jump on here, and I wanted to tell you that if you've ever been in a narcissistic romantic relationship or marriage, long term, then you get exactly what I'm going through, and it is hell on earth. It really is. When you genuinely were with someone because you love them and, you know what I mean, you had no intentions of ever getting a divorce, no matter what obstacles were thrown in your way, as long as you had each other, you know what I mean, you were going to stay together. But then you end up with someone and you realize the person they portrayed to be for years was a mask. It was fake. That's what they show to the outside world. But when they're behind closed doors, that isn't the person that shows up, and you realize it was all an act. It was all make-believe. None of it was real. So you fell in love with a persona that was never real. You thought that's who they really were. And so you realize you don't matter to this person like you thought you did, and like they matter to you. It's so cruel and heartless, these kinds of people. Anyway, I just wanted to stop, let you guys know I'm still alive, I'm still kicking. Not a big difference yet in my situation. I'll try to keep you guys updated.